Hi, this is Porter Thorndike, and I'm going to take you through how to create the Treemap revenue and average margin for models located in Retail Samples Charts folder. The Treemap is a great visualization. It's great at doing a lot of things. It can communicate one or more dimensions. In this case, we've got the outer dimension as product category, the inner dimension is model, and then it uses size and or color to communicate metrics. In this case, size is revenue. And we see based on the size of the outer dimension, stereo systems for product categories, how much revenue each product category produces. And we can see video production does the least. And then inside that grouping level, if you have a second grouping, you see how much each value of that dimension contributes to the overall. In this case, we can see what the top products are, and we can see what the products that don't sell a lot are. We're also using color in this case, the average profit margin. And the reason I like to use size and color in the Treemap is you always do see some interesting things like you see in camcorders. You know, this Sony camcorder, it's just kind of average in terms of profit margin. It's actually below average, even though it's the top revenue producer. Whereas this Sanyo product, the most profitable product that we have, but it is not the top revenue producer. How would we create this visualization? We're going to start in chart mode. We're going to go to the Format tab, click Other, and the Treemap's located in the HTML5 section in addition to some other nice visualizations like Parabox and Mecho and Word Cloud. And we'll select Treemap. And this is where you can create Treemaps simply. You don't need multiple groupings. You don't need to use size and color. It can be valuable with just one grouping and size or color, and then you can build on that if you want to. So to do this, let's start with the dimension that we want to use, and that's product category. That's going to get dropped into our grouping bucket, and then we see all of the values. And this is where we'll get into how to create new calculations. We're going to do that on the Data tab. And we're going to create Define, and we're going to call this Profit Margin. If you click on the Format button, that's where you can add things like the percent sign, which we're going to add here, commas, currency symbols, change the field type. We're going to evaluate our expression here. And to create margin, that's going to be gross profit divided by revenue and multiplied by 100. Once you do that, that field is going to get added to your field list. And we can drag that over into the size or the color bucket. Okay, so if you drop it into size, and let's go ahead and apply the average here. Okay, and we see that the most profitable product categories are camcorders, computers. We see the least profitable are media players and televisions. That's what the size does for us. And we could also say I'd rather look at this by color, in which case every box, even though they're a different shape, are the same size. And we see that actually camcorders are the most profitable product category for us. And if we want to start adding additional grouping levels, then it gets interesting because, for example, this is the most profitable product category, but what products inside camcorders are the most profitable? We wouldn't know unless we add that grouping level. And so we can add multiple grouping levels by adding that. And then you see the actual products inside each product category that are very profitable or not profitable. But what are we missing? How about the sales for these products? This is where the Treemap is great because we can communicate a second metric, and then we'll see outliers, or we'll see how tightly correlated these metrics are. So we'll drag revenue into our size bucket, and then you will see those products and where they fall on the heat scale based on the margin, and then how big they are based on the revenue. This has been creating the Treemap with revenue and margin by product category and model.